game's frozen. This is a good start. Now loading. Christ. Really?
Oh boy, I've been looking forward to playing Yakuza 7 like a dragon all year. Ever since I read that they were going to be completely changing the formula up to become a Dragon Quest inspired JRPG instead of the usual action affair we have come to love over 6 Yakuza games and the detective spin off for Judgment, I have been incredibly excited. I have defended the game again and again on the internet against every single naysayer that I've ever come across, telling everyone to just trust Ryu Gagatoku's studio complicitly. They haven't steered us wrong thus far, so let them be even weirder and do whatever the hell they want. And guess what? I was dead right to say those things because Yakuza 7 is by far my favourite entry into the franchise so far.
So not your handyman.
Well, excuse me. I suppose it wasn't me who cleaned you up every time you shit yourself.
I was a baby.
Start by addressing one of the main concerns that people seem to have on the net, the battle system. It's no secret that I'm a big fan of JRPGs and turn-based battle systems, and whilst I don't tend to like them as much as action-oriented gameplay, I can honestly say to you all right now that Yakuza 7 is so much the better for it.
Let's kill this guy.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Delicious fist.
Come on now. Cool.
The JRPG elements that the game presents us with are probably the best example of what turn-based battle systems should be that I've ever played. It's so very inspired by Dragon Quest, complete with brilliant references and musical tones that feel taken directly from the latest Dragon Quest XI. But the finesse and modernised Yakuza style that's added to this is what makes it so much more interesting. Having this perfectly executed turn-based battle system, coupled up with still being able to wildly swing a bicycle at enemies in your way, and incredible action set pieces helps Yakuza 7 to firmly stand as one of my favourite JRPGs that I've ever played. Everything you would expect from a JRPG has been mixed expertly with the style and substance we all come to expect from the Yakuza titles. Dungeon crawling and party building is mixed with the weird and wonderful characters one would see in any of the Yakuza games.
A toilet?
Yeah. If you have one, could you run into Shangri-La?
Just buy one for them. They raised you for crying out loud.
It even features save points at different sections of the dungeon, leaning so heavily into this JRPG fare. The leveling system is also ripped straight from a JRPG. You get XP, you level up from battles. That's it. That's the paragraph. If you're after an action game and you hate JRPGs, then Yakuza 7 might not be for you, but I implore you to give it a try because the game is just so gosh darn fun. As per every Yakuza game and JRPG ever, side stories exist, but what makes them feel more worthwhile in Yakuza 7 compared to the previous games is how they occasionally allow you to add dumb new characters into your party, and I am here for it.
Sorry I'm late, young master. Something came up while I was doing collections.
Anything else you want to announce?
He's a badass, isn't he?
Okay, so the next thing people were worried and annoyed about on the internet, Kiryu is no longer the protagonist of the game. Instead, you play through as newcomer Ichiban. Fresh from his 18-year stint in prison for a crime he didn't commit. More on the story shortly. But you know what? Ichi is so much better than Kiryu. I love Kiryu, but Ichi is just hilarious, charming, and downright dumb. He's also just a really good dude.
I just need a minute with him to explain our situation. Don't worry, I'll be nice.
Yakuza 7 has always done a really good job of showing how some of these people are actually good guys when they want to be, and Ichi is no different. Also, his hair is glorious. Moving on into the story. I'll keep it quite spoiler-free, but in the first few hours of the game are quite slow, and they do a brilliant job of world-building through Ichi's eyes, introducing you to the patriarch of his small-time family, Masumi Arakawa, played by the absolute gem of a human being, George Takei. Whilst the first couple of hours of the game are light on gameplay, they do a perfect job of introducing a whole new batch of characters and telling a beautiful story of the Arakawa family in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yo.
I won't go too far into the spoilers, like I say, but the story of Like a Dragon is just incredibly epic. Ichi takes the fall for a crime he didn't commit and proceeds to do 18 years in prison for the family. Upon his release, he learns of betrayal within the Tojo clan, who've been sold out to the Omi Alliance by the Arakawa family. The story is a heart-wrenching tale of betrayal and family, made so much better because you love every character you add to your party, adding a whole new layer of storytelling that just wasn't possible within previous Yakuza titles. Even my wife, who's never really liked Yakuza games, has really enjoyed watching this story unfold, and the game is potentially my favourite story of 2020, and I've played through The Last of Us Part 2. Graphically and sound-wise, the game is stunning as well. It really felt like it has pushed my Xbox to the max, and every hair follicle on Ichi's head is rendered in such a beautiful fashion. The game suffers a few times from texture popping and issues with whole areas just not loading, but all in all, it pushes it to the limit of my console's abilities to perfect effect. Hand on my heart, Yakuza 7 is my favourite title in the long-running franchise, so it's absolutely easy for me to sit here and tell you that I am giving Like a Dragon 9 out of 10. If you're worried about the JRPG elements, don't be. Open your mind, because Yakuza 7 has everything I've wanted from a Yakuza game. Ryuga Gotoku Studio has taken a huge amount of risks, completely changing up the formula of such a long-running series, and much like the Assassin's Creed franchise, it's totally paid off, giving me one of my favourite stories and most engaging RPGs I've ever played this generation.
This is ludicrous.
I hope you enjoyed my review. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoyed it. We have a lot more content, including live streams. We have Sea of Thieves out every week and loads of other reviews. Follow us on Twitter at RespawningUK, and check out the website respawning.co.uk. Stay safe.
I find that hard to believe.
This place doesn't really do the first come, first serve thing.